This is Vergil Ortiz, and you're watching REED-BBS.
REED-BBS. BBS. All that 60-40 shit seemed weird from jump, and now we know why. Golden Boy, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, was trying to sabotage the best fight to make in 2026. De La Hoya tried to cock-block Jaron Boots Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz from happening. And per Ring Magazine and other sources, Vergil Ortiz has now filed a lawsuit to terminate his promotional contract with Golden Boy Promotions. How about that? Not only that, Vergil Ortiz has the same lawyer that got Canelo Alvarez out of his relationship with the same Golden Boy. Got him out of his promotional situation with Oscar De La Hoya. That attorney's name is Gregory W. Smith. Among the grievances filed is declaratory relief, breach of contract, interference with prospective economic advantage, and of course, De La Hoya's history of substance abuse. Couldn't leave that out, right? Not only that, Verg is rumored to be leaning towards signing with Canelo Promotions once this lawsuit dust settles. It was recently announced that Canelo will be making his ring return in September 2026 on Turki Al Sheikh's Mexico versus the World card. And on that card, they've already penciled in Vergil Ortiz. Team Ortiz is hoping that separating from Golden Boy clears the path for them to face Jaron Boots Ennis. A fight that all parties involved seem to be down with, seem to want to go ahead and green light, except for Oscar De La Hoya, that is. Thing is, I'm not sure if Boots versus Verg is what they have in mind for that September Canelo card, or if that's going to be earlier in 2026. And remember that sparring? Remember that sparring that Canelo brought Boots into camp for? He was prepping for TerenceCrawford and brought in Jaron Boots Ennis. Well, how does that sparring impact Canelo's decision to want to promote Verg and the likelihood that Boots will be Verg's next opponent? We got to look at all possibilities now, especially if Verg is on the verge, pun fully intended, of signing with Canelo Promotions. Why would he go straight to a Jaron Boots Ennis fight? Why? And with all of that, DAZN wants Boots and only Boots next for Vergil Ortiz. They don't want any more tune-ups or Erickson Lubin type of opponents. DAZN, they want Boots versus Verg next. And not only that, Golden Boy's DAZN contract has expired. It expired December 31st. And with that, Team Ortiz is of the belief that Golden Boy not having a television contract frees up Vergil Ortiz to go about his business. This will, of course, all be worked out in a court of law. But that's their stance, and they're sticking to it. The end of Golden Boy Promotions' exclusive content partnership with DAZN voids Vergil Ortiz's contract with Golden Boy. This is per Team Ortiz. On one hand, this messy side of De La Hoya, it's refreshing as fuck. And his Clapback Thursday segments, that's one of my favorite boxing guilty pleasures. I don't miss Clapback Thursdays. I love it. But as funny and therapeutic as it is, at the same time, Oscar's clapping at the Eddie Hearns, the Turki Al Sheikhs of the world, and he's making things unnecessarily problematic for Vergil Ortiz and his future negotiations. So for anyone wondering why Turki Al Sheikh sat back quietly as the Vergil Ortiz, Jaron Boots Ennis negotiations hit a snag, that's why. Oscar was talking shit about him, so he was sitting on his wallet like, fine, y'all work it out. I'm motherfuckers and this and that on Clapback Thursday. You work this out. That's why Turki never got involved. But back to that 60-40 weirdness. Shit was so weird that Verg's manager was compelled to respond publicly, and then him and De La Hoya were bickering online publicly which led to the lawsuit. A 32-page lawsuit, I might add. When a motherfucker has 32 pages of complaints about your ass, they're not happy. 32-page lawsuit. So after Team Ortiz files a lawsuit, Oscar releases a damage control video, and then Verg's manager, Rick Meridian, responded to the damage control video. So at this point, to describe Team Ortiz in one word, dysfunctional. Dysfunctional. Promoter and manager openly and publicly beefing, and all the fighter want to do, he's sitting over here, all he want to do is fight. That's it. The bottom line is Boots versus Verg is as 50-50 as it gets, especially when we're talking about negotiations. 50-50. Period. Winner of the fight gets the extra 5%. Fuck it. Neither Boots nor Verg are proven draws outside of where they reside. Yeah, Verg can sell in Dallas, Texas, and the DFW area. Yeah, Boots can sell in Philly and Atlantic City, which is a stone's throw from Philly, but neither man is a proven draw outside of that. And De La Hoya knows that. That's why the 60-40 with the winner getting 5%, that shit was weird from jump. It was weird as fuck. And now De La Hoya sits here busted, caught intentionally and willfully cock-blocking his man from a fight that he actually wants. It's not good business, Oscar. It's not good business, bruh. You already lost Canelo years ago. You've openly and publicly beefed off and on with the Rye guy, Ryan Garcia. And now this? Now you're fucking it up with Vergil Ortiz also? It's not a good look, bruh. It's an absolutely terrible look, actually. The worst possible look for the future of Golden Boy Promotions. But I digress. Fingers, eyes, and toes crossed that Boots versus Verg is next. But we'll see, man. We got to see how this lawsuit shakes out first. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar. Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television. Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.